Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To my beloved panel, my name is Haziq MALEK. I am the first presenter.
And salam UiTM di hatiku. My name is IFFAH binti MAHARAM. I am a second presenter. Today we are going to present our final year project titled A Study on Factor of Contribute Towards Smoking Behavior Among Underage Youth in Kedah. So let's check it out.
Research background. According to Baker and Webb Cooper in 2013, smoking behavior are actions taken by a person that associated with the burning and inhalation of a substance. Smoking behavior is a multifaceted and include the actual of smoking, puffing style, depth of inhalation, and rate and frequency of smoking. The act of smoking consists of several behavior and is usually associated to tobacco or cigarette. A smoker can be defined as a person who has a lifetime history of smoking 100 cigarettes or more with current smoking on some day or every day. According to the Department of Statistics Malaysia, they define youth as a person between 15 to 24 years old. Youth mark a critical growth period with many lifetime health behavior formed during this time. This is a crucial stage for the development of health behavior such as smoking, and the habit that develop during this stage of life are often carried out until the adulthood. Rapid physical, social, emotional, and cognitive development during this period of development is typically characterized as curiosity and smoking experimentation for them. As for the problem statement, there are a rising number of smokers which belong to school age, and this has becoming a major concern as there has been an increase in the prevalence of early age smoking. A few studies has been done in both in Malaysia and overseas shows the prevalence of smoker in early age has been increasing. Early age smoking, which defined from Washington study, shows that the peak years for first trying to smoke begin in the age 11 to 13 years old and nearly 5% from the age of 10 to 11 years old. A Malaysian study smoking among students showed that the prevalence of smoking was 35.5%. There are a lot of factors that can contribute toward early age smoking. For example, social demographic factors such as age and gender. Other than that, the environmental factors such as parental smoking or also peer pressure. Moreover, behavior factors also contribute to the early age smoking such as drug or alcohol usage. Next is the lifestyle also a factor such as the lack of exercise, and lastly personal factors such as stress. These factors are supported by a few studies. For example, a study done in Petaling district, Selangor, showed that the highest contributing factor with evidence of 80% of their respondents who are current smokers start with smoking with peers. Therefore, due to the increment in the number of underage youth who involved with smoking behavior due to certain factors such as parenting style, peer pressure, and personality will be examined in this research. Thus, the research aims to identify the main causes, facts, and factors that contribute towards smoking behavior among underage youth. Now, we move to research question. So this is the following research question that are being developed for better understanding of relationship between personality, parenting style, peer pressure that contribute toward the smoking behavior among underage youth. The first question is, what is the relationship of personality, parenting style, and peer pressure toward the underage youth involvement with smoking behavior? So the second question for this research is, what is the difference of impact toward involvement of underage youth with smoking behavior and the smoker responded? And the last one is, what is the main factor that contribute toward the underage youth smoking behavior? So we move next to the research objective, which is there are three objectives that we want to achieve in this study, which is to being able to determine the relationship of personality, parenting style, and peer pressure toward underage youth involvement with smoking behavior. Next is to identify the difference between impact toward the involvement of underage youth with smoking behavior toward the smoker respondent. And the last one is to examine the main factor contribute toward underage smoking behavior. Now, we move to the conceptual framework, which is conceptual framework to analyze the relationship between the independent variables and the dependent variable. So the independent variable in this research is consist of three factors, which is personality, parenting style, and peer pressure. And the dependent variable for this research is impact toward the involvement of smoking behavior among the underage youth that are with smoking behavior.
Let's continue with hypothesis development. There are three independent variables that we analyze, which the first one is personality. HO1, there is no significant relationship between personality and impact toward involvement of underage youth with smoking behavior. HA1, there is a significant relationship between personality and impact toward involvement of underage youth with smoking behavior. Secondly, parenting style. HO2, there is no significant relationship between parenting style and impact toward involvement of underage youth with smoking behavior. HA2, there is a significant relationship between parenting style and impact toward involvement of underage youth with smoking behavior. And the third independent variable is peer pressure. HO3, there is no significant relationship between peer pressure and impact toward involvement of underage youth with smoking behavior. HA3, there is a significant relationship between peer pressure and impact toward involvement of underage youth with smoking behavior. Next, research methodology that we use under our research. Firstly, research design. To achieve the objective of this study, we use cross-sectional design and quantitative method use. Secondly, for the unit of analysis, we focus on Form 4 and Form 5 students of several selected high schools in Kedah. Then, the sample size for this study is 200 respondents who will involve the students of the selected high school in Kedah. Meanwhile, under sampling technique, we use the probability stratified random sampling technique. Subsequently, data measurement. This study determines the factors that contribute to underage youth involvement towards smoking behavior, including personality, parenting style, and peer pressure. Hence, ordinal scale, which involve Likert scale, were used to assess each question in its section in a scale from strongly disagree to strongly agree. For the next research methodology, under data collection, as we can see here, part A, we focus on demographic. Next, part B, we start with the first independent variable, which is personality. Part C, we focus on second independent variable, which is parenting style. Then, part D, we focus on third independent variable, which is peer pressure. Lastly, for part E, we focus on dependent variable, which is smoking behavior. Then, for data analysis, we use multiple regression, t-test, and also Pearson correlation coefficient. We are going to the next slide, findings. As you can see in our findings, this is our demographic profile. The gender for male respondents are win in majority of 120 respondents, which is 60%. Next, for age demographic, the majority of the respondents are from the age of 17 years old with 145 respondents, which is 72.5%. Then, for family size demographic, the majority of the respondents are from family size of 2 until 3% with 95 respondents, which is 47.5%. Meanwhile, for school types of demographic, sekolah menengah kebangsaan biasa, comprise the majority of respondents, which is contributing about 52.5% with 105 respondents. Lastly, smokers respondent demographic. The majority of the smokers respondents are 72.5%, which is 145 respondents. Meanwhile, non-smokers respondents is 27.5%, which is 55 respondents respectively. On this slide, I'm going to explain our main findings of our research, which is the first objective is to determine the relationship between personality factors that impact toward involvement of underage youth smoke behavior. The analysis used is Pearson correlation. The result that occur for the R value is negative 0.170 and significant value 0.016. So it can be concluded that HA1 accepted and HO1 is rejected. Next objective is to determine the relationship between parenting styles factors that impact toward involvement of underage youth smoke behavior. The analysis used same like first objective, which is Pearson correlation. The result for R value is negative 0.439 while significance value is 0.000. So it can be concluded that HA2 accepted and HO2 rejected. Thirdly, the objective is to determine the relationship between peer pressure factors that impact toward involvement of underage youth smoke behavior. The analysis is also the same, which is Pearson correlation, and the R value that we get is 0.270 and significant value is 0.000. So it can be concluded that HA3 accepted and HO3 rejected. Alright, another objective is to examine the differences between personality and peer pressure factors that contribute toward the involvement of underage youth smoke behavior. The analysis that we use is t-test method. Then, the analysis conducted has result that there is no significant difference in the impact of involvement in smoking behavior across smoker respondent. This is because of the probability value is not less than or equal to 0.05. Hence, smoker respondents are found to be majority in survey of smoking behavior as compared to non-smoker respondents. Alright, for the last objective for our research is to examine the main factor contribute to underage youth smoking behavior. Then, for this objective, we use analysis of multiple regression. With the result, R square occur is 0.474. So the personality beta value is negative 0.920 and significant value is 0.000. Meanwhile, for parenting style beta value is negative 0.236 and significant value is 0.047. Lastly, for the peer pressure, beta value is 0.794 and significant value is 0.000. Hence, we can conclude that peer pressure is the most significant factor that contributes toward underage youth smoking behavior compared to other factors.
Now, we move to research limitation. As for usual, each study might encounter several difficulties in completing the work. There were several issues in collecting the data for this research. So that is the first limitation for this research. Due to the low response rate from the respondent in several selected high schools in Sungai Petani, Kedah, it's affecting the work in completing the analysis regarding this study. The researcher found that the respondent had difficulty in answering the questionnaire due to several factors such as afraid of identity to be revealed toward the school management. Also, other than that is internet connection and doesn't possess related tool to answering the questionnaire. When this matter occur, the process of data collection is affecting and make it more difficult for the researcher to start analyzing the data. Next, representation of the data from this research paper cannot represent the situation of other province or state. The data collection that being made by in the high school in Sungai Petani, Kedah might not represent the other state situation and also Kedah itself. The respondent from high school in Sungai Petani itself show different perspective in identifying the main factor in influencing them towards smoking behavior. Therefore, it is not possible for the researcher to generalize this research finding would be the same for the other province or state. So, The recommendation for the research for the future research is based on this study. The recommendation for future research is that the researcher can widening the area of study rather than focusing in one area. It can improve the data collection and widening the aspect of areas in conducting the study. It is crucial that the researcher to collect more data so they can analyze the main factor of underage youth to involve with smoking behavior more efficiently. Other than that, the researcher shall reconstruct the respondent target group. Rather than focusing on high school students, the researcher may also ask public opinion on why the underage would likely to be involved with smoking behavior. It can improve the quality of data due to the widening range of opinion from all levels, which can affecting the data analysis result. Last but not least, it is recommended for the researcher to gain several insights from related bodies on how they can play their role in identifying the issues. It is important to know whether this study may be used as a tool to help them improve their strategy in identifying the issue resolving the issue. Conclusion: the underage youth involvement with smoking behavior need to be taken as a serious issue for the future generation, for the good of the future generation. It is important for the local government and bodies to know the main factor that contribute toward the youth involvement with smoking behavior, especially in rural areas. However, Malaysian government might play a huge role in taking action in reducing the risk of underage to be involved with smoking behavior by conducting more studies regarding this issue in the future. That's all. Thank you.